What's going on? All right, we catching up slowly but surely. We got another show to, well, I guess another season to talk about. Rather, this is the winter 2026 season. Now, I just finished this, just catching up. Everything's fresh in my mind. But Yomo, say what's up to the people.
No, you know why I did that, y'all?
What? No, not the
I'm
slander.
full. I'm
Oh, okay.
full.
He's
I'm
full.
full.
Okay.
I got the itis. You know why I got the itis, y'all?
Why?
Because we eating good this season.
Mm-hmm.
We eating good this season.
Fire.
This season is that. This season's like, you ever seen one of those Scooby-Doo sandwiches? How it's just like this,
Mm-hmm.
and you trying to eat it? That's what the season was like. It was
Yeah.
just back to back to back to back to back bangers, like nonstop. You're like, whoa, what's going on?
Uh-huh.
Just I feel like that Will Smith meme where he's just like, looking all around. That's what I felt
Okay.
like.
All right, fire.
I'm full. I'm
Um
full.
Now before we start, because we're gonna start off with Freeman, but I wanna suggest this. Now, did you watch One Piece? The live action?
No, not yet. Not yet.
Okay, all right,
It's
all
on
right.
my it's on the bucket list.
Okay, we're gonna talk about that later. We're gonna talk about that later. All
Okay.
right, okay, all
Okay.
right, all right. Frieren. All right, I just finished this today. Today. Frieren,
Okay.
Beyond Journey's End, season number 2. And man, what's there to say about Freeman, man? Man, this should have been more episodes. Why was this 10 episodes? What? That's my question. Why was this 10 episodes? What was y'all thinking? That's
I
my
felt
real
like it was
problem.
such that was my biggest complaint about the season. I was like, bro, y'all could have just waited. Like, I don't need just 10
Yeah.
episodes like that. Like, if I was just to base it off of it's free rent. I know what to expect, but I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't feel like I gained anything out of this season, in my opinion. I'm like,
Hmm.
what was new that was introduced this season that was like a game changer? I didn't really feel like I got anything. I feel like the next season or the next arc is prepping up for that. And so all of this kind of felt filler-ish, kinda. And so I was like, I felt like I would have scored this higher if it had more episodes, in my opinion.
I mean, I think for what we got, I think it was. I mean, to me, it's been more of the same because it's a journey. They go to a village, they have some type of journey, they do it, they quest to get a reward, and they go to the next area. That's kind of been the flow of the show. And then Freeman will reflect on her past travels with him. And it's really interesting because everywhere they're going and the route they go is it's a route that they traveled previously when she was with Himmel. It's like she's like,
Hmm.
oh yeah, I know a spot. It's like, yeah, you know a spot because you've been here before. So
Yeah.
it kind of just shows her heavy influence. But I think, like I said, it's more the same. But I really enjoyed watching this. Since this is like fresh in my mind. I think I think Frieren is always really good at creating like great moments to show like how powerful she is, but also like really like carefree as well. I think the episode, I think like, well, obviously like the battle episode was like pretty, that was pretty fire.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah. My only thing was like, because Free would be so careless, because like they was in that forest,
Yeah.
and Free
Yeah.
with the firm was like, yeah, you got it. I was like, what? I was like, what you mean? What you mean she got it? Like, I know Fern is good, but still help her. Like,
That's yeah,
help
she just
her.
be too relaxed. I'm like, okay, maybe she just has a lot of faith in her students. So I get that, but yeah, I think that's just my main complaint about the season. It was just way too short. And I was like, well, this I would be okay with waiting, honestly. We already have to wait a couple years just for another season. Because this last season for Free Run came out, what, 2 years ago, right?
Free run? That was like last year.
Free Run was not last year, man. Free Run was like 2, 3 years ago.
It was not 2, 3. That was recent. We was talking about
Nah.
it was Anime of the Year nomination last year, right? We was talking about it.
Prequel. Let me see.
Free run just came out.
2023.
Free run? When did it end?
2023. It was 24 episodes, the reason why. But even then, though, like depending
What?
on when it started, it could have gone into the next. When in 2023 was this? Fall of 2023. So probably it went into 2024.
Because wasn't it last year that this show and Soul Leveling were nominated for Anime of the Year? Am I tripping?
Nah, Solo Leveling came out last year, and that got the anime of the year.
Yeah, versus Frieren. I remember because I was at
Uh,
DreamCon. I remember I had this debate with somebody at DreamCon.
I don't know. No,
It,
it said
it was on
2023.
it was on a ballot. You know, whatever. It was on a ballot. But I really enjoyed this. I mean, you've got some lighter episodes where they're like Fern and start going to date. There's an episode where they're like in the mine and Freeman shows off their power. They get silver. Also, I really did like I like the episode with the bridge. I think that was really interesting. No, not the bridge episode. The episode before that, where
With the
where they wanted to get the
what?
memoir, Himmel's memoir, like his book.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I like that episode. I like that episode. I mean, I like the season. I just don't understand uh, what they were trying to do with 10 episodes. I'm not really too sure, but I mean, I give it a 9 out of 10. I'll be honest with you. I give it a
yeah.
9.
It was alright for me. That's free rent. I give it a 8, 7.5, 8.
That's fair.
Um, JJK. All right,
Yeah,
this is the Cullen Games
guys are
arc,
good.
part one. When we left off in Shibuya, the whole incident that happened, Gojo got sealed, Sukuna was running amok.
Yeah,
And they made the Cullen Games, what the season was about, basically the continuation of everything that's going on.
right.
So, I mean, you already know it's yourself with JJK. You got good fights. I feel like I was watching the older episode of JJK, and I could definitely tell the art and animation has definitely changed since then.
I
I
agree.
don't know. So it looks nice. I can't complain about it, but you got our characters there trying to figure out what's going on. They got crazy explanations for these powers that leaves you like a paragraph that you got to
Don't
read,
nobody
and
know what's
you
going
got to
on.
know about the curse technique of the rules and
Don't I?
all this.
I ain't even read it, bro.
It is a lot. I will say when I was reading in the manga, I didn't know what was going on in terms of the rules, but I was just reading it. Now having it animated, it made more sense. But there's some powers where I'm like, I still wouldn't know that. Like,
Nah,
I don't know the girl's name, but the girl who had the constellation, the power of the
I
constellation.
didn't even try to understand it. I was like, what?
I was just like,
I was like, all right, man.
okay,
Okay.
yeah. But yeah, I like the show. I'm enjoying it. Go ahead, you can say your piece.
I'm just like to me. It's more the same. It's just to me this is like it's fighting with no plot. Like, it's like it reminds me of God High School. Y'all just be fighting. Y'all just be fighting every episode with terrible writing. Like when I see the explanations of these powers, it's just it's like a guy who took like high school biology and high school chemistry and just wanted to make a power around it and just try to explain it in a very complicated way. I'm sure you've seen the memes on Instagram of like JJK explanations and like it just appeals to how
Oh yeah,
ridiculous
yeah.
like he explains stuff in the most like ridiculous way possible. And it's just like the Cullen game rules, like rule one, rule two. I'm just like, you know what? This man writing anything, so why should I care? Uh,
Hmm.
I I mean I don't know, man. I watch JJK, but I do not care about any of the characters. I really do not. I do not care about
Mm.
any of the characters. They just be fighting.
Interesting.
They
Interesting.
just be fighting every episode. What you fighting about? I don't know, man. I feel like they just be
I don't.
I just feel like some of these fights, like you need to speed past this. Like, why are we spending the animation budget on a grunt? Like, what are we doing? I don't know, man. That's just how I feel about it.
Yeah. I I don't. I feel like with JJK, I don't feel like they just fight just to fight because they explain why they're fighting, especially like what they're trying to accomplish. Like
Yeah,
Yuji versus I forgot the name, the lawyer guy.
the
They
lawyer
said
guy.
why he's fighting him.
Yeah,
Now the villains. Now the people who reincarnated, I agree with you on that. They fighting just to fight.
Yeah, I don't even understand why they're there. I really don't understand.
Well, I mean,
Well,
they mentioned it though. Like Kenjaku had made a promise or like a binding, like a vow that he was going to do something of this color game so they can like reincarnate and fight to the fullest. Because that's what they were doing back in the day. So
yeah,
it's like this is the same thing doing now, right now.
I guess.
Uh, yeah, it's yeah, but and
Okay.
you can tell like you don't really care about it. So
I don't
yeah,
care. Oh,
I ain't gonna go that deep into it. But yeah.
oh my god.
But yeah, so that is JJK. I
Uh,
enjoyed it, especially the last episode, or not even
okay.
just the last episode, like a lot of the episodes I enjoyed.
Okay,
So
okay, all right, okay, all right. Let me try to not sound like a hater because I mean I did enjoy like parts of it that I watched. I mean the constellation fight, I don't know what was happening. The
Maki
lawyer,
versus
yeah, I don't
that guy
care.
was fast.
Yeah, I don't care. But no,
Wow.
wait, who?
Maki versus that guy who fights in 24 frames or something like that nature.
Oh, I don't care about no 24 scene per second guy. What I was the what
Mm,
I okay, so from my perspective, what was cool? I mean the lawyer guy. I mean his domain was kind of cool. I thought the fight was okay. I think Fushiguro and the other guy. I think it got interesting towards the end, like him using like his domain and the shadow and that fight. I think it was a cool fight as well. Uh, like I said, these are my problem with this show is that a lot of these fights are one offs that aren't. It, it's my problem with JJK is like it feels like a boxing or a UFC match with no promotion, 24/7. And after a while, I can't stand it. But I will say the last episode with the triple domain expansion, that was a great moment.
yeah.
I ain't going. I can't hate. I was hyped. I can't hate.
Hmm.
That episode. I think that episode was like 30 minutes. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, it
That was great.
was.
I sound like a hater, but I did enjoy it. So I mean, my score is an 8 out of 10. I know I sound like a hater. But,
Mine's a 9 out of 10 for
uh,
that season. So
shout out JJK.
that's JJK. All right.
What we got next, man? Hell's.
Hell's Paradise. That's the next one.
What you want to say about Hell's Paradise?
Um, I I really don't enjoy Hell's Paradise as much. Maybe I'm the outlier. I just
Yeah,
think it's okay. I feel like the hype going into it, like that first season, I thought it was I had more hype on the mystery of the island, and now that everything's revealed, I'm kind of like, like it doesn't really do it for me. So I just like there are times I just kind of have it on just to have it on. Um,
mhm.
I just don't really find it that interesting. The characters aren't that interesting to me. It's just it feels like a show I'm just watching. I feel like it has its moments where like
Yeah,
it has strong narration and good characters, but overall, I'm just not a
yeah.
huge fan of this show.
Like you don't feel inspired to watch it. Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. It's after the spectacle of the island gets unveiled. What's left? A power system that's basically an end. That's it.
Yeah, it
And
was just kind of random. Like they
uh,
brought on the power system, you know. I'm
uh,
just like,
and then we
eh.
gotta learn these power systems to escape. And then we got like the prisoners and the I guess the criminals working together, or criminals, prisoners and criminals are the same.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm trying to say. You know they're working together, so they got this little alliance. So that's pretty cool. Then you've got this third party coming in from the mainland, and then we got these fights. Uh, like I don't think any of it is bad. I think the animation is solid. The fights are cool. It's just not like there's not a strong narrative behind any of it.
Yeah.
I think that's
Yeah.
overall. It's just like this show is forgettable. Like you would forget it in a couple of years if someone didn't bring it
That's what
up.
it felt like.
It's
That's
very
exactly what it felt
forgettable.
like a fever dream.
Yeah. So
So
yeah.
yeah, that's that show.
Rating.
Sentenced to be a Hero is the next one. Oh, what would you rating for Hell's
Yeah.
Paradise?
I'm gonna give it like 7.5.
Yeah, I was gonna give it like a 7.5.
All
So
right. All right.
Hell's Paradise. No, not Hell's Paradise.
Sentence.
Dang, Sentenced to be a Hero. Um,
Yeah.
I it had a very strong first episode.
I
Um,
agree. I agree. Was
and
that also an hour?
that was an hour long.
Yeah, it was an hour
That was an
one.
hour
Yeah.
long. It had a very strong first episode. It came out of nowhere. I didn't know what
Yeah.
this show was. I was like, whoa,
Yeah.
okay, hold on. I'm interested about this, you know? It also kind of gave me that Shield Hero vibes, you know, where he
Yeah. I was
got
gonna say that.
wrongly convicted. So I'm like, oh, okay, this is nice.
Yeah.
And I'm seeing like this is a a a lot of people are being wrongly convicted.
Yeah.
Okay, this is the but in my opinion, I feel like the strongest episodes were the first episode
Then it
and
kind of
like the
like,
last one and the
yeah,
last two, I would say. I
I
felt
agree.
like it kind of dropped the ball in the middle where I was like, what is this show doing? It felt like a very typical
Fantasy battle.
yeah,
We gotta beat the Demon Lord
yeah,
type of show.
yeah,
Yep. It
yeah.
did.
And I was
Yep.
just like,
Yep.
what happened to it? You know, like I thought this was gonna be something different and ends up not being anything like that. So
Yeah, and it
yeah.
turns out like the church is corrupt, which I don't know
Which
why.
is
Why is this like a common theme? Like every time, the church is
they
always
hate
corrupt.
churches, bro. I'm like, dang, they hate the
Every single
churches.
time. The Japanese got something against churches. Every single time the church
I
is
guess
corrupt,
so. I
people.
guess so.
I've been calling this show "Sentenced to be a a ninja."
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I ain't gonna lie.
Oh
I
my
ain't gonna lie.
gosh, man. It's I mean, I think we got cool characters. What's his name? Xylo, Terita, Potoshe or Commander Kibia. I mean, I think the prisoners or the heroes are really cool.
Yeah, I find
Yeah,
them cool.
I think the sentence is crazy how you have to do this for the rest of your life. I think that's all like really interesting. Oh, interesting. I wonder why Tatsuya is the only Japanese sounding name in the series. Maybe that's because he's really old. You know the hero that's like a zombie pretty much.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
his
yeah,
name
yeah.
is Tatsuya. That's a Japanese name. No one else in the show has a Japanese name, which is
Well, I'm sure they're gonna tie it into
yeah,
it like later as they go on.
yeah,
But that's a definitely good revelation about that.
yeah. So maybe something later on, but I standard battle show. I think it was cool, fun. We don't really know I guess the
We learn
villain.
a little bit, but
A little
not
bit,
enough
yeah.
to know what's going on. But I definitely liked it. Like I said, it has a good first episode and a good that last episode was
Now that
very
sounds was
good
crazy.
too.
That
I
was a
was like,
crazy
whoa,
plot twist. That was
okay, definitely
crazy. I agree.
definitely big. So I was like, okay, like it has potential. I just wish it kept that throughout the entire, maybe even at least half of it. I'll be okay with it.
Yeah,
But like I said, it just dropped the ball, and I was like, oh, I feel like I've seen one of these shows before. So
yeah, yeah.
it's not bad, but I think I will watch the second season when
Yeah,
it
I'll
comes
watch the
out.
second season. Like I don't think it like Shield Hero had a crazy fall off from the first to second season.
Oh,
Crazy fall off.
shoo,
That
crazy
fall off is
bad,
crazy.
crazy
So
bad.
I want to hope it this doesn't happen to this show, but solid. I what would you rate it?
I give it I give it a 7.5.
Yeah,
Seven and a half, 8,
I
man.
think I'm at an 8. I think I'm at an 8 for it.
That's one to two.
Okay, next show. Oshi no Ko season 3. Uh so one thing I want to say about Oshi no Ko, because you didn't
I'll
watch it,
let you
right?
have it. Yeah, I'll let you have it. I
Uh
didn't watch it.
I think so the full thing is now on Crunchyroll now. But I will say about Oshi no Ko, I don't think this show has a bad opening. I think the first three openings are fire. Like
Mm.
I mean, respectively as it should because it's a show about like singers and actors, so the openings are really good. I think the season was amazing. I think it was great. We learned more about the characters. I'm not gonna spoil it because I actually I hope you get some time to watch it. But it just like progresses the plot. Like the guy, Aqua, he has like this whole revenge plot. He's starting to
Hmm.
like progress towards it and learn more about the murder and stuff like that. So it's just like it keeps going, and I really enjoy this show. I don't have a bad thing to say about it. I think there only might only be like one more season. So solid overall. I think it sheds light into like the showbiz industry and how kind of toxic it
Yeah,
can actually be.
yeah. That's
Yeah,
what I got from it.
yeah. I think they do a really good job of doing that. Um, Yeah, yeah, just because I don't want to say too much. Yeah, solid.
Okay.
I'm gonna give it yeah eight out of 10, maybe 8.5. I think it was really
Okay.
good. Uh,
Fire Force.
and no Shobutai Fire Force.
Fire Force. Did you finish it or no?
Yeah, I finished it.
Okay. So Fire Force. So this is the end. It finished. I think it was like 4 seasons. Overall, uh I I how you feel about JJK that they just be doing stuff is how I felt about Fire Force.
I would agree.
I felt like I didn't know what was going on.
Yeah,
I felt like they had this build up to the Adola Burst. Even the last season, I felt like the last season was doing things great. It was
yeah,
revealing some stuff. I'm like, oh, okay,
mhm,
I'm getting a little interested. Oh, possibly doppelgangers and everything. Okay, cool. But then it starts going like way left. Like
yeah.
they introduced the doppelgangers for certain characters, and then they had to battle it out. But for whatever reason, the world is changing, and it's not really explaining why they're changing. There's a smiling moon all of a sudden, but they're
Mhm.
not saying why.
Yeah,
Arthur is in space fighting, and
yeah,
he can't breathe, but all of a sudden, when he puts on his ring, he can breathe.
yeah.
And some people are saying like, oh well, he's on the spectrum, so maybe that's why. But I'm like, that don't explain nothing. So
Well, they do explain why. I mean, because the whole idea is that the I guess like the Aldola, the world of
Aldola
Adola,
burst.
yeah, the
Yeah.
world of Adola is everyone's imagination. So when imagination and reality combine to each other, anything is possible. I think
Hmm.
that's what they were trying to say, which is why the sun and the moon change color, and which is why Arthur could breathe in space because his imagine because his power system is his imagination. So I think
Okay.
that's how they kind of want to put it. But I agree. I don't know what happened, but I feel like at some point in that last season, I felt like things just started happening, and it just felt random.
A lot of people were saying that they didn't adapt all the chapters. They cut off some parts from the
Okay.
manga, but the parts that people were saying they cut out were just like one-on-one fights that happened with some of the side characters,
Okay.
with their maybe doppelgang version. So, um, yeah, I just feel like they were doing stuff, and I was like, okay. And I feel like they were just doing stuff just so they can connect it to it being connected to the same universe as Soul Eater, like a prequel,
Yeah.
which I thought that was cool. Like
Yeah.
for all the people who have seen Soul Eater, I think they can definitely appreciate it. And now they're like, I hope we get a second, remake of Soul Eater because I feel like it definitely does deserve it. But I just on its own, I
Yeah.
feel like it kind of dropped the ball a little bit
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
where I was just like, I think they're just doing anything just to say it happened and keep it going.
Yeah, because I think the the part one of this season, like when they were all when Company 8 was like under fire and they were like considered prisoners and they had to like run from everyone. Like that was a good season.
Yeah.
And then I don't like then the pillars happen and we find out like the sister is actually one of the pillars and then
Yep.
I don't know. I just and then yeah, the world's like kind of crashing down. I just feel like it could have been handled better.
Hmm.
I mean I guess the fight between Arthur and the dragon. I guess that was pretty cool.
That
Uh,
was cool fight.
that was cool. I just don't think the narrative or the plot really stuck its landing at the end. And like you said, they just wanted to connect it to Soul Eater, which
That's what it felt like.
yeah,
And again, I thought it was cool that they created the world of Soul Eater.
hmm
And a lot of people were starting to put in connections between Soul Eater and this, like, oh, what if this character's related to this and this is the grandparent? I'm like, okay, I thought that was cool. But as the season was by itself, I thought it was okay. I gave it like a 7.5.
yeah,
It wasn't anything like too amazing for me.
yeah. I give it a 7. Although I do like how they I do like Excalibur because I remember in the Soul Eater Excalibur being like really funny and
When they showed
like
Excalibur
crazy.
and and how no one can really wield Excalibur because he's so annoying, and I'm like,
Yeah,
it makes sense when it comes
yeah.
to Arthur. So I'm like, of course.
Yeah, that was cool. So I give it a 7.
Yeah.
Let's see what else. Ooh, you and I are polar opposites. So I did watch the show.
What is it on?
It's on Crunchyroll. It's on
Okay.
Crunchyroll. Yeah, so I mean this is like your slice of life, like rom com show. I think what's interesting about this one, it kind of reminds me of like Horimiya. It's one of these
Oh, okay.
it's one of these like romance shows that balances a lot of characters well, instead of just like
Okay.
focus on like one main character. And we don't. I was like, you need to be a masterful writer to balance multiple characters well. Like for example, like my hero has multiple characters, and that guy did not balance it well at all. He did not balance it well. Like the
Mm.
whole all of class 1A. Well, like
Yeah, I agree.
yeah, but like in this show, they select like a few number of characters, and you've got like the main character. What's her name? Miyu, and then she has a relationship with Tani, but then she have like Taira and his problems, and Asuma, and then like Yamada and his it's just like going all over the place, but it's like they're connecting everything so well, and everything's like so woven together really nicely. And I was like this is like another like great rom com. Like if this is your like if you like the genre, I think it's a really good one. I think the last like great rom com that we've had of this caliber was probably McKenkie Low Losing Heroines from last year. But I
Hmm.
think the reason like this is getting a lot of praise is I'm gonna say this right now. I don't know if I've said this before. Like when it comes to like dubs versus subbed, I think like back in the day it didn't matter, and even right now it doesn't matter. But I think if you're gonna watch slice of life or romance or like comedy, you should always
Hmm.
watch it dubbed in 2026, because in this show like the Japanese is just standard language, but here they're using American slang like 24/7. Like the script is amazing. The dub, because I watch the dub. The dub script is amazing, like really really good. And I think like the voice actress Miyu, I hope she gets a nomination because she did really good. So
Hmm.
fire show. I say 8.5 out of 10. If you like romance and this is like your cup of tea, watch it dub fire. Absolutely fire.
Okay. Okay. I'll definitely check this out for sure. Next show, I know you didn't watch this. I'm gonna talk about it a little bit. Fate Strange Fake. If you like Fate, this is basically like a continuation of that kind of genre. This one though is more about they have a Holy Grail war, just like the typical one, but it's like not an official one, like a fake version of it. So it's like I think it's in America that's supposed to be hosting it, if I got that correctly. Um, but they're trying to figure out what's going on. They have like all these different sets of servants trying to compete for this. So it's typical Fate, but I think the weakness the show has is the narration, because there are times where I'm like, okay, what is really going on? That's my thing. And what's funny is that the previous Fates, like I understood it fine, like Fate Strange Fake.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying Fate Strange, no, Fate Stay Zero,
Mm-hmm.
Fate Apocrypha. I love that one. But this one, the narration isn't the best on this one. So that's like one of the things I do not like about this one. Of course, when it comes to Fate, you're gonna have amazing animation. You're gonna have amazing fights. Like that is one thing you can't deny.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I'm wanting to see where this goes. I feel like it just needs to work better on the narration for sure.
Oh, it's not
Because there's
that.
just certain things I'm just like, okay, I didn't know about this, but I'm just gonna keep it rolling. So,
Yeah.
um,
So this is by
so
A1 Pictures. I
yeah.
thought I thought it was you. I thought usually Ufotable did this Fate series.
Normally well, it depends on which Fate series though. It depends on which one, but this one's pretty good. If you like Fate, check it out. I like it.
Wow. I don't I'll say this. I've only ever watched Unlimited Blade Works, and
Oh, Limited Blade Works, yeah.
and I don't like the Fate series because I don't think the narration is great in any of the series.
You're
I don't
not
think
wrong.
I don't think the story is strong. So let's see what else is in here. I did watch Jack of All Trades, Party of None.
What is that
Uh,
one?
this is just like this is like your standard
Oh, I see it. I
this is
see
your
it.
standard power fantasy slot. To be honest, think think
Okay.
think think like Kirito, think Wistoria, or you've got this character that's like um undervalued, but then he shows the world that he's really strong.
Hmm.
One of those type shows. I mean, if you like slop like that, go watch it. I think there's some cool fights, but 6 out of 10 is probably accurate.
Okay.
Let's see anything else. Oh, vigilantes. What you think about that?
Um, I I think this one scored lower than the first season, but
It did.
I didn't mind this season actually.
Okay.
I think I liked it a little bit better than the first one because I feel like the villain I could take a little bit more seriously.
Hmm.
Um and I feel like the build off of what it was doing from the last one, like learning how the teacher was actually he did have a quirk that was I think was taken from him, right?
Oh, Knuckle Duster. Yeah, yeah. He
Yeah,
used
it
to be
was
like Quicksilver or
like
whatever.
the
Yeah,
Flash basically.
yeah.
And so we there's a guy who has his power. We get to learn how that happened. So I think that was cool.
Mhm.
Um I can't really say I don't know why it scored lower. And you get to see the evolution of Koichi's powers as well.
Yeah.
Um I do feel like Koichi as a character is not interesting at all, in my
They even make
opinion.
fun of him in the show.
Yeah, he is not
Yeah.
interesting at all. Now, it was nice to see how Eraser came up and
Mhm.
how his friend passed away. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, because I didn't understand this. His friend had the power of the clouds, but on the show, the Nobu version of him had a warping power, and they said,
Right.
"Oh, that's
Yeah.
his."
Yeah. Yeah.
How was that? I didn't understand that.
I mean, well, off one could probably just give him a quirk. So, right.
I guess, but
Yeah, this off one gives people quirks. That's what he does, right?
no, yeah, but he said so. His power is clouds, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But the Nobu version of
It has
him
warp, right?
has warp, and they were saying like, "Oh, that's my dead friend's quirk." Like,
Oh, is
how did
that?
they make?
Oh, is that what they said? Oh, I didn't.
That's what they were saying. That's why I
I
was
didn't
like,
catch
"What do
that.
you mean?"
Oh, I didn't. Oh, that's a good point. I don't know.
That was the part where I was like, when they introduced him, I thought his power was going to be teleportation or something like that, but it wasn't. So
Yeah.
that's just a little nitpick of me. But I don't mind the show. I give it a 7.5. I
Yeah.
thought it was straight, same as the last season.
Yeah, he looks like
Yeah,
Son Goku. I I
yeah.
I do like how they have like callbacks to like the future season, like when Aizawa puts on the suit and they're like, yeah, you might have to wear this suit one day to apologize when you really screw up, which is like a
Mm-hmm.
callback to the season where the heroes lose in like the
Mm-hmm.
first half of the war. So I think that was like interesting. Obviously, we see like more All Might Prime. I think the reason people didn't like this series as much is because it's mainly Koichi and Pop, and Knuckle Duster isn't in as much.
Isn't in it?
And I think Knuckle Duster made a little bit more interesting just because he was more on like the detective side of things, like really to like he was really on the ground with it. And I feel like
They ain't show him as much.
I feel like in the first season we got that more, and I feel
Yeah.
like we got less of that this season, and that's probably why it really wasn't probably really didn't stick with everyone that much. So I give it a 7, man.
Yeah, it was straight. It wasn't bad.
It was straight.
What
What
else?
else is
That I
there?
saw.
The last well, so I'm watching Golden Kamuy right now. So I just started that. So I can't speak on that.
Okay. Darwin's incident.
Darren's incident. Okay.
Okay. This show, bro. Y'all need to watch this dub. Watch this dub. Because just like how you're saying there's different slangs and different things, that's what this show is. So, Darwin Incident is about the show where you got this an animal rights group, kind of like PETA, standing for animal rights, but they take it to the extreme to where they're actually like terrorists. And you have these people who a scientist created a crossbreed of a human and a chimpanzee, and they call it a humanzee. And when I tell you, y'all just gotta look up and see what the character looks like. It just looks so dumb. You're like, what is this? What am I watching? And the whole show is this show is if Twitter was to write a show, this is what the show looks like. I'm talking about previous like sensitive Twitter
Mhm.
because everything is just so performative. Everything's performative. Like
Mhm.
um they got oh, I'm trying to think of a scene where they got a scene where there's racism, you know? And it's just like the most like basic though. It's not like nothing like it's not very intricately told. It's not clever. It's just like bam, here it is.
Mhm. Oh my
And it's just
god.
like and it's very typical where if it's like a skit where it's like let's say a white person and a black person and of course the white person is going to have a country accent and then like literally saying like what you doing around these parts, get out of my, I'm just like what is going
Uh
on, so the show is it's very performative, but I enjoyed it because of how dumb it was.
uh-huh.
Because I'm like, how do you think of something like this? A chimpanzee and a human, they call it a humanzee.
I might have to watch this.
I'm telling you, bro, please watch it.
So I have to watch.
And he has a female companion that she all of a sudden gets closer with. And there's that one part in the scene where Charlie, his name is Charlie, he goes into the school and everyone's like, "Oh, it's a human Z, it's a human Z. Oh, it's a human Z." And then they're bullying him. They immediately start bullying him. Charlie has he's a flat affect person. So they start asking him philosophical questions like, um, Charlie, would you kill a human if it was injuring if they were injuring an animal? And Charlie was just gives him a basic response like, "I'll kill anybody if it hurt anybody," you know.
Oh my
And he was
god.
like, "Oh, see, like he's crazy,
Mhm.
you know." And then you got the white girl, I forgot her name. She's trying to like stand up for Charlie, and they get closer. And the crazy part about this, because I'm just like, this is wild. At the end, I don't know if I should spoil it because you say you're gonna watch
Yeah,
it.
I'm gonna try and watch it.
Okay. We might need to do a deep dive on this one
Okay.
because this show is
All
crazy,
right.
bro.
I'm gonna
This
try
show is
to.
crazy. I won't spoil anything, but yeah, this show is wild. This show is wild. But scoring
Uh,
wise, it's a seven, straight
7.
seven, six and a
Okay.
half, seven. So yeah,
Let me
lower your
see what.
expectations.
Oh my god. Let me see what we got. Like, 'cause we only got like a minute or two left.
Oh, okay,
Roll over and die. Fantasy 6 out of 10. I ain't got much to say about Roll Over and Die. I really don't.
okay.
I think it started off really interesting, and then the animation and the story just got worse progressively in each episode. And you get to the end where it's just fog. You know what? Whatever. The only other show on here is Beastars. Did you watch Beastars the final season?
Not yet.
All right, we'll say that. I'm just happy that the show's over. Um,
I mean, you
uh,
can if you want to talk about it. It's not going to change anything.
uh,
I'm
mm,
not. It's not a show where I'm like, oh, I got to know what happened
uh,
to.
uh, uh, well, maybe we can have another time because we only got like a few minutes left, or maybe like a
Okay,
minute left.
okay.
So, but I mean, otherwise, that's pretty much the season. At least the shows that I care to even talk about.
Same.
Shoot, this might cut off at any point, but whatever.
All right, y'all.
All
Thank you
right.
for watching. Peace.
Yeah.